New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. Join our prayer broadcast every day at 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Send us your prayer requests or schedule a private prayer session at ntmedia.org/prayer. And now, it's time to pray together.
Hello, folks. Welcome to morning prayer for Monday, February 2nd, 2026. My name is Muro. I'm a prayer practitioner here on the New Thought Media Network, and I am honored and delighted to spend time with you today in prayer. Absolutely glorious way to spend the day, or to start a day, rather, or to end a day, whatever it might be, whenever, wherever you might hear or see this. Greetings from Colorado. Excellent. Hope you're staying warm. So today is in the United States, February 2nd. Well, it's February 2nd, pretty much everywhere. That's silly. It's Groundhog Day. And the reason I wanted to mention that is if you've never seen the movie Groundhog Day, first of all, watch it. Second of all, the story is basically that this man repeats the same day over and over and over until he is able to actually change fairly significantly. And I wanted to bring that up because when we think of our lives and we think about the change that we want to see in our lives, it's so important to remember that what we're looking to change, truly, when you get right down to it, is not the externals, but the internals. It's about what's inside of us. So in that movie, the same day repeated, so the same circumstances and conditions cropped up each and every time. But what changed was him. What changed was he became more attuned to his truth, putting aside his petty grievances, putting aside his need for glory and fame and superiority and all of that. And what he became was a genuine person. He became truly himself. And this is what we do. This is how we approach spirituality. It's not about eliminating things that are outside of us and changing the world from that perspective. It's about what we do from within to change ourselves. And so one of the ways that we do that, and one of the most effective ways that we can do that, is through prayer. And remember that affirmative prayer is not about asking for anything. It's not about trying to get anything. It's about aligning with that truth. Abdul, good to see you. Peace and paradise to you as well. So, think about ways in which you approach your life. Think about ways in which you approach it with the same attitude over and over and see no change. And then consider, what is mine to do, right? What we want to be able to do in prayer is we want to be able to align with truth. We want to bring ourselves closer and closer to being connected to our reality, capital R reality. So I'll invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze so that you can be fully focused on this moment. Don't worry about pushing anything aside. Just be. Just be here and now. So let's take a breath together. And let's remember that as we are breathing together, we are breathing the same breath of life, the breath of God, Allah, Gaia, the universe, the thing itself, love, love incarnate. And so as I recognize that each of us is connected in this way, that each of us is part of this one whole, this one perfection, this one completeness. I recognize that each of us has within us already all that we need for a fulfilled and fulfilling life. And so I remind myself of this. I recognize this. I remember it. I know it. And I do that as often as I need to. Because the outside world often tries to pull me off my path. And my path does not mean that I ignore circumstances. It doesn't mean that I'm ignoring what's happening around me. It means that I am looking to see what is there for me to know, what is there for me to learn. And I recognize that my wisdom that comes into play is one of the birthrights of my divine self, my divine origin. And I recognize that my human self is also a gift. This life that I am living is a gift. There are times it does not feel like that. But I recognize, oftentimes in hindsight, what I have been able to learn about myself, what I have been able to pull forward. And so today, my prayer is from this place of thanksgiving. It's from this place of awareness. It's from this place of compassion, recognizing that while I am indeed in my divinity, whole, perfect, and complete, I get to choose how I show up. I get to choose whether I will use all of those tools in my spiritual toolbox. It's as if I'm thinking about lifting a weight. If I don't consciously apply the amount of force that I need to lift a particular weight, it's not going anywhere. It's a choice. And if I get to the point where I cannot lift the weight because it is truly too heavy, I then have the choice to become stronger. And so when I look at my life, I'm looking at ways in which I can infuse the strength of the one into my actions, into my reactions. I look at ways in which I can plant the seeds of faith, the seeds of openness, the seeds of wisdom allowing me to open myself to see things I might not have considered, to recognize that there is more than I see on the surface. And so, while I certainly do not enjoy the things that bring me pain or discomfort or anxiety or fear or doubt, I do recognize that within that, there is something for me to learn. There is something for me to choose, to decide upon. I get to decide how I will act and react to anything that comes my way. And unlike the character in the movie, where things replay over and over and over exactly the same way, and so I get to see how I want to approach it differently. Life is always moving on. It said you can never step into the same river twice. But we have the ability to learn. We have the ability to grow. And I call upon that ability. And I am grateful for that ability. And I recognize that it is a choice for me to learn. It is a choice for me to grow. It is a choice for me to explore what is in front of me. It is a choice for me to look within, to say, what is mine to do in this situation, in this circumstance, in this relationship, in this conversation, whatever it might be. And so I recognize that in my divinity, I have been given this incredible gift. It might not seem as unusual and as bizarre as repeating the same day over and over and over. But each and every time I come to a situation, maybe one that I have been in before, or I see someone that I've had some sort of a difficult relationship with, I get to choose in that moment how I want to show up. And so I choose to open myself to possibility. I choose to open myself using the truth of who I am and seeing that in that other person, God, Gaia, the universe, Allah, is present. Allowing myself to connect, allowing myself to see way more than the surface shows me. And so today, I am praying this prayer of thanksgiving. I am allowing this word of joy to be my prayer. I am opening to all that I am, recognizing that no matter what is happening in my life, that God is always present, that the grace is always present, that all of these gifts that are the birthright of my origin within the One are always present and inexhaustible. There is never a limit to the strength, to the love, to the wisdom that can be used in my life because they exist within and can never be taken away. And so today, I choose to see life in a more deep, a more profound way. I choose to look below that surface. I choose to feel more deeply the truth of what is happening around me, what is happening within me, and choose to allow my true identity, my true self, allow all of that to work its way through all circumstances of life, to allow myself to have a more fulfilled and a more fulfilling experience of life. And so I know that this word has gone into the law, which always says yes. And I know without a doubt that as I hold this intention, as I direct my attention to all that I have said in this word, that it will not fail. And so I can let God, I can let go. And I say, and so it is. Wayne, I don't know that my facial hair is going to get me there, but thank you. All right, folks. By all means, always remember that you are powerful beyond belief because you are love itself. And you are loved. If you ever doubt that, just look in the mirror and say, I know without a doubt that God loves me. Allah, Gaia, the universe. Hold that truth. Allow yourself to feel the intensity of that, the rightness of that. I'll see you soon. Namaste.
On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network, come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace and blessings. On behalf of the New Thought Media Network, thank you for being with us for this special prayer broadcast. We look forward to being with you again soon, 8:15 a.m. or 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Until then.